Hello everyone. Once again, I welcome you all in this session in which we are discussing about the additive manufacturing. Is this subject is common to the advanced manufacturing processes and the fundamentals of manufacturing processes, both as the syllabus, which is unit number 5, based on the additive manufacturing, and is if you will see the name that is written like repeat prototyping and repeat manufacturing. Repeat prototyping means we are making a prototype, and prototype means we are making just a prototype and then we are going for a manufacturing. So this is rapid we are calling. The reason is like the very fast process. Okay, means there is no whatever the material that we have to add. So we are not depositing it, or if we want to, we have to remove the material. For an example, machining preparations. So that also we are not following this one. Okay, so this is the additive manufacturing, and in the last lecture we started this one. First of all, I just gone through that in that lecture. I gone through the whatever the why we have to use this process and how it is efficient than the conventional machining operations, and what elements or what parts that we can manufacture through this one. Okay, as well as we discussed one of the techniques, that is sheet lamination, or we can say like laminated object manufacturing. Okay, so that we have discussed. So let's move to the next one. These are the techniques that we are discussed today. So that is the first one that we are going to discuss, that is material extrusion, or we are also defining it by the FDM process, that is fused deposition modeling. Okay, that is fused deposition modeling. Okay, so fused deposition means that this is the exit, this is the nozzle through which the material is coming out, is we are passing the filaments from the top side. So this material is coming out, this liquid material, and as will come in it contact as with it will come in contact with the atmosphere, means as it will releases, okay, through the nozzle, then immediately it fuses. So it fuses means it get solidified immediately. Okay, within a seconds it will be solidified. So that's why we are is it is immediately solidifying, that's why we are calling it as a fused deposition modeling. Depositing, we are depositing the molten material and it immediately fuse. So this material extrusion process is based on the FDM techniques, okay, principle. So here, okay. So here we have the simple. This is nozzle. This one, this pink color, and the blue. This yellow one is basically the material that we are depositing. So again, this is the width that we have to cover. So again, as uh, the width that is covered by the liquid material that is coming out from the nozzle is very small. Okay, so first what we are doing is we have deposited this one. Okay, then again the nozzle will come here and then deposit. Like this we are depositing the first layer. Okay, the first layer is come, now again the nozzle will come here and deposit the second layer, like that. Okay, so this is the material, that is the liquid material that is released immediately from the nozzle. Sorry, yeah, released from the nozzle, and immediately it is fused, it becomes solidified. Okay, so now here that if you will see this cross section, then it is looks like a circular, okay, cylindrical body. Cylindrical body means if you will see the cross section, then it looks like a circle. So that depends on the geometry of the nozzle exit, that how we are using that nozzle. Okay, so here this is the nozzle. So this is the nozzle, and over that the material depositing. We call this as a build plate. Okay, where basically we are depositing the material, or where we are making the workpiece. We can say like that. Okay, so this is the build plate. Here, if you will see, then this can move in this direction. This is a X. This is Y, and Z direction is affiliated with the table. So this is moving like that. But whatever the techniques that we have, in which basically the X and Y direction that is covered by the nozzle head, and the Z direction is covered by the build plate. Okay, now this build plate has some specialty, that is like when you will deposit the material, basically these material extrusion techniques till now we are using for the thermoplastic material like PLA, ABS, okay, and PVA, we can say. PVA we are using as a supporting material. So we are using for these materials. So what will happen that if they will immediately come in contact with the atmosphere and there is no support is provided at the bottom. Support means a built-up plate, means another like material metal build-up plate can also be provided, but the specialty of this build-up plate is like it can be heated up to the 60-degree or 70-degree, that whatever that material that we are using, okay, because as it will come and fused, okay, then if there will be a no temperature rise, then it will not stick to the surface. So if it will not stick to the surface, plate surface, okay, then there may be a chances that it will move along with the nozzle only, okay, because whatever the material that has been deposed, that has been released from the nozzle, it should be stick to the plate, then only it will not move along with the nozzle, okay, otherwise it will move along with the nozzle, okay. this these cases happens in the ABS material sometimes, okay, but PLA there is no issue. Fine. So yeah, if you will see in the detail, then this is basically the roller we have, okay, on which basically we are just fixing uh, the filaments. That filaments is basically of the PLA material, okay, or ABS material or PVA material we can say. So this filament is basically available in the circular in shape. If you will see the cross section, that is circular in shape, and the that is rolled over the roller. Okay, this is rolled over the roller. Okay, so this filament is basically when actually this material extrusion process was started. That time this was available like 2.75 mm in diameter. Now is also available, but nowadays if you will see the 3D printers that is available in the market, that is very cheap, and if you will see the filament that is available. The filament of that is available in 1.7 mm in diameter. Okay, so nowadays mostly we are using this one. Okay, fine. So this is the roller, okay, through which this filament is coming. Here it's ABS filament is written, and this is basically the feeder we can say, or extruder filler we can say, right? Okay, so feeder is basically it's a kind of roller. Okay, so this roller is basically in which the in between that the filament is coming. Okay, so the filament is because as it is rotating, so this will move in this direction. So it's basically force feeding also we can say, that because of these rollers this filament is moving in this direction. Okay, now here we are using this nozzle with the heating elements. Okay, so this if like whatever these elements we are materials we are using, that is needed the melting point that is in the range of about 250 degrees centigrade or 300 degrees centigrade, okay, in between that. So like whatever the heating elements that we are just okay, so the material will, as we are using the heating devices, so heating devices, because of the heating devices, the temperature reaches in this range, and the whatever the filament that we are using, that is start melting in this region. Okay, so as it will melt, so what we have to do is we have to push it. So there is no separate device we are using for the pushing purpose. Like here, as I said, that feeder we are using. So because of this feeding, whatever this filament is there, that is forcefully inserted inside this nozzle. Okay, so as the material is melting inside because of the high temperature, this new material filament is coming in contact with this one. So that is basically pushing that liquid. Okay, and that is moving towards this through this tool tip. Okay, now this sorry, nozzle tip. Okay, and now this nozzle tip or nozzle head is connected with the x and y direction. That is also like that is given by the it's working like a CNC. Okay, that is x y direction it is moving, and z direction we have provided to the build plate or support we can say. Okay, so if you will see, okay, so if you will see, like this is the product that we have to manufacture by using this 3D printing. So this is a kind of hollow cylinder, and this part is this span is connected with that. Okay, so what we will do, first of all, we will create this geometry. Like we'll start. This is the this is at the bottom surface. Okay, so first it will create one layer of this cylinder, which is hollow in between. Then it will create the second layer. Then it will create the third layer. Then fourth, then fifth, then sixth, like that. And it will reach up to this one. Okay, so when it will reach up to this one, after that, like has been reached up to this one. Now we have to move in this direction. Okay, it the nozzle has to move in this direction. So as I said that this technique is like fused deposition modeling, that whatever the molten material that is coming, that is immediately fused. And also like in the last lecture I gave you one of the example of the jug, that handle we have to manufacture. So this is a kind of handle, okay. So as the nozzle will move in this direction, whatever the molten material that is coming out from the nozzle, that will be immediately fused, and now it will become solid. So when it will become solid, as this nozzle is moving in this direction, whatever the material that has been solidified, it will be fallen, right? So what we have to do, we have to use the supporting material for that, okay. So whenever we have to manufacture such kind of the structure, we are using the supporting material for that, okay. So supporting material, either the supporting structure, there is a two ways. Either you should use the different kind of the material for the supporting structure. For that I we discussed yesterday, for that we discuss this one, okay. This one we discussed in the principal part. We discussed in the this one as a in the principal part, that this is the main material, okay. And this is the main material, and this is the supporting material. So this is a main material we are depositing, but as we have to deposit over here before bottom of that, we need the supporting material, okay. So this is the one way. Another way is what, like whatever the structure that is required for the supporting material, like here we need the supporting material. So we can use the same material, but whenever wherever the support is required, okay, wherever the support is required, we can reduce the infill. Means I will discuss in the next lecture about this infill. So means structure can be changed, okay. This structure, whatever the depositing that we are required, it will be like not solid, but some less infill we are providing, okay. Means less material will be deposited over there, okay. So that also we can do, and with the same material, okay. But if we do not want to waste the best material, then what we can do is we use the supporting material, fine. So first we are manufacturing up to this one, okay, and after that we have to manufacture this one. So we need the supporting material, okay. Then after the supporting material is used, after that we can manufacturing this one. As well as now when you will come over here, like if you will see this geometry, okay, if you will see this geometry, then up to this there is no issue. Up to this there is no issue. But is this will be filling, because this is a hollow portion. This is a hollow portion. So when this portion will come over here, it will start filling like layer by layer like this. Okay, like this. So this material, where it will be fallen, it will be fallen. There is a chances of that it can be fall. So what we can do is we can also like give the supporting material, supporting mechanism. We can allow this supporting material to here, and this will also like first it will deposit, along with this deposition, it will deposit the layer of the supporting material here as well, okay. So there will be no problem to fill this material, okay, over that, fine. So this is a kind of aeroplane geometry that we have to create. So if you will see, this is an aeroplane, this white color, and here we have provided the supporting material, okay. So this like wings need to be at some height, okay. So that's why we are using this much of the supporting material here. So here we have one of the video. Okay, fine. So this is a video that, as we have the Ultimakers 3D printer in our our lab. So this video is from that only. Okay. So this is like here. If you will So here, this is basically the nozzle head. Okay, here one of this is the nozzle, and another one is this. Okay, so if you will see, this is a nozzle exit. One is here, and another one is here. Okay, and here it is connected with the x direction. If we are assuming that this is the x direction, then this is the y direction. Okay, and this is the like pin rake we are using. It is a cylindrical. Just a minute, guys. Sorry for this disturbing. Okay, so this is the pinion we rake we are using. This is that's basically this is a cylindrical rake. Okay, and here uh, that is for the z direction. This is for the x direction. This is y direction. This is z direction. and this is basically the build plate. Okay, so if you will see, it looks like a glass. It's a kind of glass only. Bottom of that, there is a aluminium is connected. Okay, so offer means is there will be no heating, not much heating. So that's why we are using this glass plate. Okay, so this is moving in z direction. So first of all, this no, now you can see that this is heating over here. This is if you will see these nozzles, then it is red, so it is heating is going on. Okay, and yeah, that's heating is going on. And if you will see this one right now, it's basically leveling is going on. Okay, so leveling is like whether this whatever the shape that has to be manufactured, sorry, that has, yeah, that has to be, it has been prepared, this base should be required flat. Okay, so this is a 3 points positioning. Okay, so one is this, second is this. Okay, it is, if you will see here, that this nozzle is coming in contact with this build plate. Okay, so this is the second, and here third one is the back side. Okay, so this is the third one at its position. Okay, now once the leveling is done, it's moving down, and if there will be a problem, then there is a screen board is there, so it will show you that this is the problem, and you have to reset this build plate. Okay, now after completing this, let's move to the another one. Okay, so this is the second one. So this is the actually the printing. Okay, so the printing is going on, and this is the nozzle through which the material is coming out. Okay, okay, so this is nothing but like whatever the shape, that height of that is given, that will be that will prepare the shape up to that. Okay, that I will. By the way, this I will explain you in detail in the next lecture. Okay, so this is how this 3D printing is done. Okay, all these, by the way, all these techniques are 3D printing only, because all these are manufacturing over, because we discussed that there are like two-dimensional printing and the three-dimensional printing, right? So two-dimensional is just like what we are printing on the normal printers, and this is a three-dimensional that we are covering the z direction as well. Okay, so next, let's move to the next one, which is the weight photo polymerization, or we also call it as a SLA, that is stereolithography apparatus. Okay, so this is okay. So initially, like X and Y direction, that movement is provided to the laser head. Okay, this is the laser section we are using, and Z head, for the Z movement, and bottom to top and bottom, we are using this piston. Okay, now this piston is connected with this piston head, or the platform. We can say this is a flat platform, and this container is there. Okay, and in this container we are filling this liquid resin. Liquid resin means the there, basically in the previous technique we were using the filament in the solid form. Here we are using in the liquid form. Okay, so if you will, what actually we have to do in this one, that we are filling this liquid into this container, and this initially this platform was up to here. Okay, at the top, and this is connected with the piston. Now first of all, we have to check, or these data is also available, like this laser will come in contact, whatever the intensity of the laser that we are using, when it will come in contact with the liquid resin, it will be solidified. But how much thickness it will be solidified? Okay, for an example, the laser is coming, and in one time it will solidified 1 mm thickness only. So what we will do, initially we are keeping this platform over here, so we'll give this feed, z direction feed, equal to 1 mm. Okay, so this 1 mm is moving toward downside, so whatever the liquid material is there, liquid resin is there, that is coming over this platform surface. Okay, so as it is a liquid, so equally spaced, right? Equally thickness will be there. So that is 1 mm is covered, and whatever the shape that we have to create. For an example, yesterday we saw the example of this one. So like this is the first layer, this is the second layer, third layer, fourth, fifth, sixth, like that. So first layer is covered. Okay, like this, this material is solidified. Okay, over this table. Means if this is the table, then here we have spilled this liquid resin, and here what will happen, that this much of the radius or the diameter of this one is solidified. Okay, so the laser will move only this much. Okay, now rest will be liquid resin only, right? Now again, this 1 mm is solidified. Next, we have to give the feed to the piston. Again, z equals to 1 mm. Now initially there was 1 mm, now it is 1 mm, so equally it is 2 mm. So now we will deposit the second layer. Okay, so in second layer, if you will see, then the diameter has been reduced. So this diameter will be reduced, and this will be solidified. Okay, rest of the material will be liquid only. Okay, so this is how we are forming the layers over one over another, and this piston is moving towards the downside. So if you will see here the example, that is this one. So initially the first layer, this is deposited, and this was the solid we needed. Secondly, this is deposited like that and like that. Okay, so this is the material that is deposited. Okay, so liquid material that is coming over the surface, and through the laser, basically we are printing, we are it gets solidified. Okay, so this is basically the this weight photopolymerization techniques. So this is we used in the manufacturing of the jewelries, like these type of the rings we have to, earrings, or hand rings we have to produce, or jewelries like we have to produce. So that time we can use this type of the techniques. So for this I have one of the video. This is SLA. Let me share this screen. Yeah, yeah, that's okay. So this is these type of the jewelries or the things that we are producing. So this is basically the platform. Either we can use this platform to the bottom side or top side, as per the availability, that in which direction we are moving. If we are moving towards the upside, then also we can use top side. If we are moving toward downside, then we can use the bottom side. Okay. So this is basically the geometries that we have to create. So that this is the kind of liquid resin we are filling into that one. So now this is filled, and this laser is passing. Okay, so laser is passing, and as it gets solidified, it is moving towards the top side. Okay, now this is the final product. This is not final product, but by the using of the supporting material, this has been manufactured. So now whatever the like scrap material is there, we can remove, and this will be like a final product. Okay, this is a kind of final product. So it is like, as it was a liquid resin, so it is flexible. Okay, so if you will see, these are the product, like these are the, you will see this type of the, like we are using in the chess game. Okay, the pawns and the figurines that is required for that. Okay, so that can be manufactured by this technique. So if this is very like cheap. Okay, and these type of the rings, and these type of the like key chains, rings, we can produce. This is like for the balls, like sponging. Okay, like for the blood pressure patients, we can use these things. So this is a strength check. Okay, so now it's, I think it's comfortable to use. Okay, so let's move to the next one. So this type of the techniques that we call it as a SLA, that is stereolithography apparatus, or weight photopolymerization. Okay, as it's a liquid, that's why we are calling it as a weight. So next is the powder bed fusion. That is here we were using the solid. Here we use the liquid. Here we are using the powder. The technique is same. Okay, so if you will see this one, if you will see this one, then this is the same structure like x and y rotation that is provided to the nozzle laser head. Okay, that is x and y direction. For the z direction, we are using this piston, and again the piston is connected with the platform. Okay, so initially this platform was here. Initially the platform is here, and this is connected with the piston. Either what we can do is we can fill the uh, powder bottom to this piston head, so that it will move down, so this material powder will come up, or like other side also we can connect, we can use the separate assembly for this powder. Okay, and we are using this roller. So if you will see this roller, then from front view it's a circular only, but it's a kind of cylinder. Okay, so whenever like this is a plate is there, and we have deposited the layer of the powder, then we have to deposit it equally. So this roller is moving like that, and it is coming back to this original position. Okay, so like the same thing, like previously it was like laser, when it is coming in the contact with the powder material, 1 mm of the material is solidified. So like if this is a kind of structure that we have to produce, this is the kind of structure that we have to produce. So first we will fill the powder up to here, and this material will be deposited. Okay, means solidified. Second, when the material again it is this is solidified, now we'll move this piston to downside 1 mm. Okay, and another like roller will come, spread the material, and go back to its original position. Now the work is of laser that will deposit the material. Okay, now the second layer is prepared. Now again it will move down 1 mm again, and the roller will come, spread the material, and again go back to its original position. Now the laser, it's work of the laser. So this is how the material will be deposited over the platform, and this will be solidified by using the laser. Okay, so this is the powder bed fusion. Okay, so this is a this is a kind of structure, like this is the powders beads, or the molecule beads are there. Okay, so this laser will come, this will melt it, and that will be solidified. Okay, so for this also we have the video. Guys, by the way, these videos are from the YouTube only, and I will share the link of these videos. Okay, so but is whenever we are teaching the theory, it would be better that the theory plus video is mixed, so that would be easy to understand the students. Okay, now, yeah, that's okay. So this is a SLS apparatus. Okay, so this is the kind of products that we have to manufacture by using this product, by using this technique. Okay, it's like we are feeding these. So here, if you will see, then these lights are coming. Okay, so these lights is nothing but this is the laser. Is laser we cannot see because that is a energy, that's containing the photons and electrons only, so that cannot be visible. So it's like, but from the top this laser is coming, and we can see that wherever it will impinge, that will basically the arc will be generated, means material gets solidified. Okay, so this kind of you can see that it's depositing the material. So one layer of the powder is already there, now that is depositing on that. Okay, now if you will here you can see that this is basically here, this is the kind of product that is solidified part, and this is blue color is basically, light blue is basically the powder. So this powder is basically we have filled over here, and this is the excessive amount of the layer. Now this is a roller, this will move in this direction, so this powder will move along with this, and that will form a layer of the powder on that solidified material. Okay, again it will move to its original position. Okay, now the layer is deposited. over the solidified part, and the rest of again this excessive amount of the powder is come over there. Okay, first the before that it will be solidified, like we are assuming that this 1 mm or 2 mm will be deposited or solidified by the laser at the same time. So only that much only powder we are depositing, layer of that. Okay, so this is laser, it's solidified by using this. So this is how it's working basically. Okay, so this is a structure of 300. This is a kind of actually the roller. Okay, that is layer is what powder layer is coming and depositing, and then this will be the so this is how we are taking this product out, and this is a powder. Now this powder is we are using the vacuum cleaner to remove this powder, and the rest, like at the end, this equipments will be there. Okay, so this is the product that we had produced through this one. Okay, so let's move to the next one. So this is basically the selective laser sintering. Okay, now let's move to the next one, which is the binder jetting, or 3D printing also we can say. But all these, as I said, that all these techniques are 3D printing only. Okay, so there is a similarity between the binder jet and the material jet. So let's discuss it one by one. So binder jet is like we are using the metallic. Sorry, we are using the liquid. It's a kind of liquid resin we are using, or liquid resin, or sometimes we are using in the solid form as well, these filaments we are just converting that into the filaments. So what exactly the meaning is, like hope all of you are aware about the color printer. Okay, so in the 2D we are using the color printer. So there is not, it's not like that whatever the material, because it's not like whatever the color that you needed, that will be available in that setup. Okay, like for an example, if I say that these are the three different types of the blue colors. Okay, this is a dark blue, this is navy, this is a like sky blue, this is a like light blue. Okay, so these are different category of the blue color. So it's not like these all these individually number of colors are blue, like range of the blue colors are available, range of the red colors are available, so we will use it one by one. It's not like that, we are using just a single color of that. Okay, and there are multiple colors with different colors. Okay, like red, blue, green, black, like that. Okay, so when we are depositing that, whatever the material that is coming out, it will be like what exactly we want, but how, that is a combination of the colors. Okay, so this is, here we are using here we are not using two by this binders is like the material that is nozzle which is coming out, that is the one only. But before that, this nozzle had whatever the material type of the color that is you needed, that will be that will be mixed between. Okay, so here is also like and this color will be coated over the during the solidification or after the solidification also, we can say. Like here if you will see that this is the built up plate, this is the built plate. Here the powder feeding is there, powders are there, and this is a roller. So first what we are doing is we are making a layer of the powder, like how we were doing in the powder bed fusion. So then it is laser is coming, and that is we can say like that is solidified. And after the solidification, whatever the color over that specific surface you want, that will be covered by this binder jet. Okay, so let's see. So these kind of like this is just a one color only, but let's see the video one first. Binder jet. Okay, so this is so guys, this is let me just So this is the binder jet machine. It's visible. Okay, so this is a kind of like towards the bottom side. Okay, and like this kind of the structure we can produce. So this is like a complete bed, complete space we can utilize by placing two or three uh, uh, models. Okay, this is a kind of liquid resins. Okay, this is a kind of roller. Okay, no, this is a kind of like what material we have to deposit. So here I want to show you that whatever the powder was there and through which basically using the laser we can solidify that materials, and after that what we are doing is we are using, if you will see these there is a different color coded is there, yellow, blue, like that, okay, gray. So this is basically the setup which is like whatever the material gets solidified over that, basically whatever the layer that what materials exactly you needed, that will be spreaded by using this technique. Okay, by using this head we can say, so that is depositing over that surface. And so like after like we can whatever the product that we are getting, if we have to go for a finishing operation, then a little bit either we can heat it, okay, or like we can polish through the chemicals, okay, so that will give you a clear finishing. uh, So if we take this example, yeah, this is like exactly it will not actually the product, if you will see, which is the product of this binder jet technique. It's not looks like this, but it is the final product means after the chemical polishing, so that whatever the surface roughness is there, that will be eliminated. Okay, or whatever the sharp edges is there, that will be eliminated. Okay, so this is kind of the structure that we can produce by using this technique. Okay, and next is the material jetting. So material jetting is also a similar kind of the binders jet, but here little bit difference is like this is the head which is connected with the jetting head, which is connected with the x and y direction. Okay, and for the z direction we are using this feed, table feed. Okay, means built plate feed. And here also like if you will see this is a built up tray over which we are basically depositing the material on behalf of using the laser lights. Here we are using the ultraviolet lights, or in that category also we use if the energy deposition is less. Okay, so here like there are, if you will see, then three elements we are using. The reason is like there are like for an example, if we have to produce this glass, okay, sorry, this specs. Okay, so if this is basically the if I'm saying that this is a plastic, this is basically the fiber, okay, and this is made up of the fiber, this is the kind of plastic, hard plastic, and this is a kind of low soft plastic. So there are basically three different types of the material is needed to manufacture this specs. Okay, so similar kind of the product that is that we can produce by using by using this technique. So if you will see, let's discuss with the video. Okay, fine. So it's visible now. Fine. Okay, so these kind of the parts where we are sitting, we are using this the helmet for the say riders, and uh, the grips. Okay, the for the screwdrivers, and the cycle brakes that we can produce through using this through this using these techniques. Okay, so here, like if we will talk about any of the product, then there is multiple, like if we are producing this, basically the uh, if you will see here, then here basically this is a harder material, means harder kind of plastic, and this is a soft plastic. Because if you will use the soft throughout, then there will be a loss of the, because of the wear, there will be a loss of material, and immediately within a time only, before the time only, it will be there will be no meaning to use this one. Okay, so for that, whatever the solid that steel particle, that steel part that we are fixing inside this grip, okay, so that will be harder. Okay, and over that grip, that will be softer, because we have to rotate it. Now another example is like we have this pen, and we need the grip of this pen is very softer than whatever the material of this pen exactly. Okay, so such kind of the things that we can produce by using this technique. So here this is like you can see the example of this. So here you can see the example of this, like if this glass, like players that using this goggle. So this is basically like here when uh, the goggle material which is coming to the eye, and here in this nose contact, that is we need the soft. Okay, and apart from whatever the glass and the frame of that can be manufactured by the hard plastic. But whatever the material that is coming in contact with the nose and the eyes, okay, so that will be become softer. If it will be hard, then that will create the problems, nobody will wear it. Okay, so but these process these so for this, basically we need a separate uh, jades. So that's why we are it's basically a modified version of the previous one only. Okay, so as per the time we are just innovating the new things, and we are building whatever the things that we can manufacture by using these techniques. Okay, so one more thing is here, that whatever the types of the color or the properties that we needed, okay, that initially itself in the CAD software, wherever we are making these drawings, there itself we can define that okay, this will be in the softer material, softer plastic, this will be the harder plastic, this will be the green color, this will be the blue color, like that. Okay, this is a wheel. Okay, over that, basically we need this it's kind of like a solid part is required inside, and the softer material is rubber tube, we can say rubber that uh, tire. Okay, that is a softer material that is required. Okay, and this is the shoe sole is there. Okay, sole. So that is can be manufactured by this one. This is a like pain grips. Okay, this is a Gillette shave blades are there. Okay, so not blades, but the holder. Okay, that we used to hold. So this material, this is needed to be harder, and this will be needed as softer, because we are using the whenever we are going for a shaving, like we are our this fingers are there, so we need the soft touch there. Okay, and at the bottom side, and sorry, top side. Okay, and these are the power tools, where here also, we have to use hands, so that we can use the softer materials. Okay, so these are the parts that we can produce by using this technique. Okay, So let's move to the next one, which is I hope the last one. Okay, so last one is the direct energy deposition. So this technique DED is different than the other sheet metal operations. How it is, like these are the materials that is applicable only for the like liquid, powder, and the solid, we can say, but that is in the range of whatever the material that we are using. That is in the range. Melting point is below 300 or 400 degree centigrade only. But here we are talking about the metals. That from these techniques only the idea came into existence, that why we cannot go for a 3D printing of the metals. Okay, so before going to into what actually I have the presentation of that, there is a metal inert gas welding is there, or joining process, we can say, that is metal inert gas. Okay, in the welding technology, metal inert gas. Okay, or we also call it as a GMAW. Okay, that is gas metal arc welding. Okay, so here like inert gas we are using, either we can use CO2 and neon, the combination of these two, or CO2. Okay, and the metal is like the metal wire is we are depositing, like there are two plates. Okay, these are the two plates are there, and if we have to join them, then here we are depositing this material. Okay, so here we are depositing this material. This material is coming out through the nozzle along with the shielding cases, and that material is melting, and that is depositing over this in between the gap. Okay, so that will be joined, and that will form a weld bead. Okay, so this technique is basically we were using for the welding purpose, but is it is depositing, when it will deposit, it will form a bead. Okay, bead means if you will see this front view, then this is the like simple plate we have, and if we will move in this direction, then this material will be deposited over this workpiece surface. Okay, like that, like this. Okay, so this we are calling it as a weld bead. Okay, so this if we are making this weld bead, then why we cannot manufacture it? One layer is formed, then we can form the another layer over that, then we can form the third layer, like that. Why we cannot produce the materials? So what the scientist says then, that they basically mounted this nozzle over the CNC part. Okay, and they give the command. So this is like one layer is deposited, now over that another one. But there was a problem was like if we talk about these technologies, then these technologies are working below 400 or 300, 350 degrees centigrade. Okay, so what will happen? And as I said, that this is immediately solidifying, whether it is coming in contact with the laser or the material that we are depositing, it is immediately fused, immediately gets solidified. Okay, so in case if we talk about the metals, then it is not get easily solidified. Okay, it will take some time. So for that what we had concluded, that if we have to produce the large size part, then we can use this metal inert gas, okay, as a 3D printing. Okay, then the picture came that if we may have to produce the small parts, then what will happen? So that direct energy deposition came into existence. Okay, so direct energy deposition, like laser we can use, electron beam we can use, or arc, that what we have discussed previously. Okay, that is MIG welding. So that we can use. So here simple structure we are using, that this is a nozzle, and it is attached with the sub nozzles. That is, these four nozzles are connected, and these nozzle is basically laser is passing through that. Okay, laser is passing through that. Okay, and in between there is another nozzle, that is fifth one, and from the fifth one the metallic powder is coming. Okay, so here we are in the MIG welding. If we are talking about, then wire we are using, so we need high temperature. But when we reduce to the metal, sorry, when we reduced converted it to the powder, then little temperature will be managed. Okay, so if we are depositing the powder over here, and then the laser is impinging at the same time, the powder gets deformed. Okay, deform means it will solidify. So as it is become liquid or get solidified, then it will be wherever like we want to deposit it, we can rotate it. Okay, we can deposit it by this process. But there will be a loss of powder in this case. Okay, because is the powder which is coming with that also have some velocities. Okay, so definitely it will when it will collide with any surface, whether it's circular or flat surface, it will like these particles will impinge means when it will impinge the surface, that will basically move in random direction. So like the efficiency of these DED process is very less. Okay, but still like turbine plates or other equipments where the metal is we are manufacturing or casting basically. We nowadays we are using these processes. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, in this session. And tomorrow, like in the next lecture, I will explain you that how exactly the 3D printing that we have, that is which is based on the FDM technology, how we are using. So we will start it. Me first. Okay, so we will start it from the SolidWorks because we have that facilities. So how uh, now the we can first of all we prepare the model into the CAD, that is SolidWorks, and how we convert save into the stale format, that is also very easy, and how we convert that into the G codes and M codes files. Okay, so that is also for that we if we are using the Ultimaker software, means Ultimaker that as a 3D printer. Okay, so we have the separate software for that, that is Cura. Okay, so that through that basically we are converting that files into the G code, M codes, and then we will print one of the simple model. Okay, so simple geometry, with the simple geometry I will just brief you so that you should also watch and learn something and make the practice yourselves. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. See you in the next lecture.